with that.
Let me cap in your ass. Ooh.
Ass cappers.
Ass caps. All right, everybody. Welcome back to Guber Talks. My name is Justin.
I'm Gavin.
Oh, that's not fun.
No, I was going to do something, but Gavin. When I was growing up, I always got Garvin. And that pissed me off.
Garvin.
So that's not a name.
Garvin.
There's more Gavins in the world than Garvins.
I don't know too many Gavins, but
I mean, there's famous ones. Gavin DeGraw.
Oh, I've heard of him.
There's a show about firefighters. Lead character's name's Gavin.
Gavin Hamilton.
Sure.
Gavin Johnson.
I don't know who that is.
Gavin Wright.
Yay!
That's you. Well, welcome back, everybody. We are in episode 10. Yeah. We're in the double digits now.
Finally.
Ooh, boy.
Old enough to drink.
Ooh. What?
What?
Was this like Russia?
Tennessee.
It's made of tomato.
Mississippi.
You miss
Which is the...
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Somewhere where their abortions aren't allowed.
That's like everywhere.
Well, welcome back. We've been off for a couple weeks. We've been busy with stuff, living our lives.
Yeah. Surprisingly, we have
things
lives
to do
outside of this. We have full-time jobs and whatnot.
Lives and whatnot. I was in Iowa City last weekend with some friends, and they're moving. They're also moving during Dan's wedding, so we had to go. We're like, okay, we're gonna go up and help.
Oh yeah.
Because we can't. We felt bad because they've helped us move and stuff. So
yeah.
So we went up there and did that. So what'd you do last weekend, Gavin?
Last weekend, I honestly don't remember.
You're so
I probably
drunk.
Yeah, just drinking all night.
Drinking.
No, I probably just stayed home and worked on stuff. Yeah, if I wasn't out of town, then I'm usually just hanging out at home. Yeah,
crying.
Yeah, pretty much.
Reading a book.
A little bit of that.
Jerking off.
I like when I don't have anything to do on the weekends because I get to go to the gym and nobody else is there.
It's the best time to go.
It's the
I
greatest.
went, like I told you, I went yesterday and I had the best workout. I felt great, and there was like nobody there. It's like 4 or 5 like elderly people.
Yeah,
so it's weird because I don't know why people just take the weekends off. Or I'm not complaining because I enjoyed it quite a bit. But
yeah, Fridays and Saturday nights are like my favorite time to go to the gym.
Right after work on Friday and then Saturday during the day. So, but yeah, we're back. We had 4th of July this week.
That was a thing.
That was a thing. I don't really enjoy celebrating it that much. I just enjoy having a day off.
Yeah, exactly. And it was annoying this week because it was on a Thursday. So
yeah,
right in the middle.
And then I had to go back to work.
Yeah, if it's ever on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, it's annoying because most people will have to work the days surrounding it.
It's dumb.
Yeah,
it's dumb. A lot of people thought we were closed on Friday, so
it probably would have worked out then.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible, but at the same time, I was like, I could be sleeping right now.
Yeah,
or being a bum. So we had a grill out. Yeah, you were here for that.
I was. Burgers fun. And dogs.
Yeah, we ate
hot dogs.
What? Panama.
Well, there was one dog. Yeah,
there was one dog. And took a shit.
Yeah, he pooped on the floor.
That boy. And ironically, when you got here, apparently he pooped on the floor when I went upstairs. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it must be a Gavin thing.
Yeah.
He's like, when Gavin's here, I gotta take a shit on the floor. Or he's just scared. But we ate some food, and then we were bums. We just sat down, became old people, and watched TV.
Watched TV for like 3.5 hours.
It was. I was like, I was really surprised. I was like, it's been 3 hours.
Yep.
But we watched The Practical Jokers. If anyone's watched that, Bundy likes that, and I know Bundy's listening to this right now. So, thanks, Bundy.
Yep, get those views up.
Got the views. So yeah, I've just been busy with stuff. What are your thoughts on the 4th of July?
I mean, yeah, it's one of those where it's nice to have like the day off, but I think. There's nothing for me. There's nothing really special about it, you know, because I'm not like a super patriotic person. No. I don't go out there and be like, "Yeah, America," and like blasting fireworks at people's cars and houses.
Listening to country, drinking
a
Bud Light.
Yeah, it's like I like that. I think there should be more warm weather holidays. Yeah, that we can have the day off and like grill out or do.
How often we have 4th?
Yeah, there's like Memorial Day.
That's in like September, right?
Yeah, I mean it's still usually like not camp out, like grill out weather. Yeah, but like all the big holidays, you know, like New Year's, Thanksgiving, Christmas, it's all like Easter. It's like those are all usually cold, or you know they already have like food stuff related to them, so it's like you can't really do anything outdoors.
Yeah, it's just like I said, it's just another holiday.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't really care. I feel like we celebrate being Americans every single day.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like we don't need a holiday to celebrate the country.
No, exactly.
Yeah, especially when, like, not to go off on that tangent or anything.
We're about to.
But it's like, yeah, it's like you always get the people, and it's like in a sense they're right, where it's like, oh, you're celebrating 4th of July. It's like, do you know how the country started? It's like, yeah, we don't talk about that. It's
like Thanksgiving.
Yeah, exactly. It's
we
like,
don't really talk about it.
It's like, yeah, we brush over that and we just look at the flag and burgers and fireworks.
Yeah, there's things to celebrate, but it's, I don't know.
Yeah, you can celebrate, living in the country if you like it. But
Exactly.
Did you hear about the thing with Nike? The shoes?
Yeah,
they had the Betsy Ross flag.
Yeah, everyone's throwing a hissy fit about it.
It's like, how did that get that far into production? Like, someone on that marketing team had to been like,
wait
hold
a minute. why Colin Kaepernick? Like, of all people, like, granted, him and Nike are like buddies.
Yeah.
I feel like, but you're right. Why did no one like, hey, we probably shouldn't be doing this?
Yeah, well, it's like, if what I read in the various articles is true, it's like it was about to be like go into production and go on sale, and it's like, so it made it very far along the line.
it was made.
Yeah, it wasn't just a design at this point. It was like, it was good to go. It had the green light, and then Colin, Kaepernick, I don't know how he found out about it, unless they like approached him and said, hey, we want you to promote these.
Yeah, and they're...
I don't know that side of it, but either way, he found out, and he was like, no, this isn't cool.
And then, of course, Twitter went afire. Not like all Twitter, but like certain right side of Twitter was like, I'm dropping Nike. It's like, I thought you already dropped Nike, like, however months ago when they were...
Nike's had a bad year.
It's a good year. It's a bad/good year, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because now I'm like... Because didn't their stocks go up like the day after the whole...
Yeah, that $1 billion thing, that was 1% of their stock. It was fine. They went down that day, and within like 3 days, they were right back up, and then they went over. So it's
one of those companies that I don't necessarily think, like, you can say you're boycotting them, but like they're still going to make money like crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And my favorite part were the people, quote unquote, boycotting, but they were burning items they already owned. It's
already gave them the money.
Yeah, it's like they don't care.
There's no sense
because you burned your shoes. Now you have to go buy other shoes. And as much as I hate it, like, Nike makes good shoes.
Yeah, so I love seeing the dumbasses that tried like flushing their shoes.
Did they? I didn't see that.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it was their shoes, and they tried flushing it, and I'm like, that makes no sense. I just want you to know that.
Like, now you get to pay for plumbing.
Exactly. I like Nike products.
Yeah,
and I'm okay with whatever they do. Especially because I feel like I politically line up with what they're doing,
Yeah.
I don't mind Kaepernick and whatnot, so you can get upset, but...
No, yeah, I mean, yeah, Kaepernick has... Yeah, he was in the right with all the... personally, I believe he was in the right with his stances. And then Nike, when they kind of joined up, it's like... It goes to show you what kind of person you are when you boycott a company for standing up for people's like rights and stuff. It's like... Is that really
that's gonna upset you?
Yeah, it's like that's the boat you want to put yourself in.
Well, speaking of, we should talk about other things.
Okay.
Little Mermaid.
Yep. That's another one.
If you don't know, they casted a young.
I remember her name.
What is it?
So it's Halle Bailey.
Bailey.
Because it's not Halle Berry.
I thought it was Halle Berry.
Yeah, a lot of people did.
A lot of people did that. So they casted her, and she is of African American / black.
Yeah, I don't know what
her actual ethnicity is.
She's not white.
But she's not white. Yeah. And people are throwing a hissy fit about it.
Yeah.
Like, the biggest hissy fits ever. And it's kind of upsetting to me, because who cares, first off? And, like, it's a mermaid.
Yeah, it's fictional.
It's a fucking mermaid.
It's a fictional Disney movie.
I'm more upset that Melissa McCarthy might be Ursula, because that's not a good casting.
I read that too, yeah.
And it's not because, like, we have to have a black Ursula. It's just, that doesn't fit in I don't think that's a good casting option. I don't know. That hasn't been official yet.
No, yeah. I think Ariel's the only official one.
Yeah, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I could not care less about it, because I don't know who she is. I don't think she's had a role before this.
Yeah.
Like, I know she's a singer.
She's in a group.
Okay.
I'm sorry we don't know a lot about her, but
I don't know much.
I'll know more about her when she's on the movie. But
yeah,
like, I watched the video. There's a video someone tweeted about, like, her singing, and she was a good singer. If she can do that,
yeah, that's kind of like the Disney that style of Disney movies is about the songs. Like, so it's like, if you can sing,
exactly.
Go for it.
And that's my point where I'm like, who cares?
Yeah.
I don't care if it's like your original idea of what this character should be. Then, bring diversity into the fucking realm.
Yeah.
Like,
and the original one is like 30 years old at this point, close to it, something like that. It's like, it's
the point. It
doesn't matter. It's not going to ruin your childhood movie if you have a different actress.
And that's the point where I'm like, people are getting upset about Nike and Little Mermaid and stupid ass shit about like this stuff when there's other things.
There's actual important things.
Actual important things. Yeah. People are dying, but we're not going to get into that.
No. Yeah, it's like I'm not going to get upset about healthcare or like taxes or the president or anything like that. I'm going to get mad.
Trying to get into our country right now.
I'm going to get mad about this 20-year-old getting her big break in Disney.
Yep, and how we're not going to call what's going on the border a concentration camp of any sorts.
Yeah.
But no, it's not the Holocaust. They're not putting people in ovens.
Yeah, if we're not gassing people, it's fine.
It's fine. Exactly.
You can't call us Hitler.
It's okay. That's where I'm upset.
I was listening to this one thing, and I don't remember the names or their positions or anything like that, because it was on NPR, and they were just talking about how someone down on the border, like a higher up in one of those camps, was like, they made an agreement with someone in Washington that anytime a kid dies, they have to notify them. It's like, that shouldn't be a thing you need to establish. Like if a kid dies, you should be like, oh, hey, something happened.
Well, we shouldn't be doing this. We should be reviewing how the process is. And you can say, I don't know. I'm not going to get into this because I'm going to get upset.
This is the perfect time to do it.
Yeah, right?
We'll talk about Spider-Man later.
Oh, yeah, we're going to review that. No, to put it simply, this is an example of us getting upset about a fictional character, upset about a brand, a company. Granted, like, there's a lot of people supporting Nike, but the same people, or not supporting, but like people who are getting upset about Nike are all about, usually are in favor of companies like Chick-fil-A, how they provide funds and money towards LGBTQT whatever. Sorry, I'm being I'm upset right now. But like, to like people like those kind of companies, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's the same mentality where somebody brought this up because in the whole Disney, them with the abortion law went through in Georgia, they were talking about, well, we might pull out. Granted, all Bob Iger said was it might be difficult for people to want to work in that specific state due to that law. Yeah. He didn't necessarily say they're going to pull out by any means, but people got upset about that and like, oh, I'm banning Disney or boycotting Disney. And like, okay, obviously good luck with that. You're still going to go see their movies and you're going to be buying a ticket to Lion King. Yeah, and pretty much anything coming out is Disney. Exactly. So it's like, and that's where to the point where it's like, you shouldn't care what companies are doing. I don't like what Chick-fil-A does, but I still go to Chick-fil-A and I buy food because they have good food.
I mean, kind of the same, but same with like Hobby Lobby and all that. It's like, I don't agree with their practices,
but people are going to still go there. So you can say you're going to boycott them all. And I disagree with Hobby Lobby and I disagree with Chick-fil-A. Yeah. But I'm still probably going to go there. Yeah. And
where else are you going to get chicken? Exactly. And so Hobby Lobby things?
You can say you're going to boycott this and that, but it's not going to work. Yeah. That's the point. Yeah. And I think it's stupid how people are getting upset about that shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think there's ever been like a full company or brand that I've like boycotted in a sense because of any reason, but there are certain like products where it's like when I find out more about them, I'm like, I'm not gonna buy that anymore. Like there was this energy drink I was drinking. It's called Bane. I don't know if you ever heard of that. BANG, just Bane, and it's got like 300 milligrams of caffeine and like a crap ton of other stuff.
That's like, that's the Bang, right?
Yeah,
I said Bane, like
the mask. No, so it's like
I'm gonna boycott Bane.
Yeah, I hate villains. No, it's like I was reading more about that company that makes that drink and all that, and it's like they just look like D-bags, and
we drink it. Not that often, but like I've heard it's like the better choice of energy drink to go towards.
So if you're comparing it to like Red Bull and stuff, it is better. It has a lot of caffeine, but it doesn't have like the ginseng and all that like other stuff. But there are other brands now. Like I started drinking this one called Reign, REING, like like a King's Reign or something. Yeah, it's that. And it's essentially the same thing except it uses natural caffeine instead of the like.
So you recommend that?
I would, but just look at the ingredients, and if it's something that goes with what you're looking for.
Like, I don't drink energy drinks as much, but there's some days when I'm like exhausted at work and I'm like, I need something, and usually I go get like a Red Bull or a Bang, but I want a better alternative because like obviously I could drink water, but that's not going to make me
not going to wake you up.
No, but I also think it's all a placebo probably because I'm just putting stuff in my body. But.
Yeah, I mean, so like I only drink that kind of stuff like as a pre-workout, like before I go to the gym. I never drink it like in the middle of the day because I'll just be super sweaty and like jittery all the but if all I need is like a tiny little like boost. Little kick, I just get like a Mio with caffeine in it or something like that, just a squirt of that, because that's basically the same as a cup of coffee, and it usually tastes pretty good. So I'll do stuff like that. Yeah. Anywho, I was doing research on this company, Bain. Yeah. And Bundy and I found this video, and it's this the douchebag, like, I don't know if he's the CEO or what, but the video's a few years old, so why they haven't pulled it down is astonishing to me. But he's sitting behind like an electric drum set, and I don't know why, because they don't play drums at all in this, and he's just doing like a Q&A, and he's got this chick sitting next to him in like a super tight bikini, and they're wearing Bane hats, and he's got like a Hawaiian like shirt or something on.
And this sounds familiar.
He's just like talking like to the camera. He's like, oh yeah, you guys gotta drink this, blah blah blah, and he's like just going off about it. And he's like, caffeine is great and stuff like that. I watched this whole video. I'm like, well, but done buying that. Like, I hate this person.
Well, that's the thing. Wherever I go, like the Walmart and Hy-Vee and stuff like that, they have like a ton of Bang.
There's like a lot of different flavors. Yeah.
I don't know why. Like they put it in loads though, so I wonder if it's just popularity or what
I think
about it right now.
I think it's become a lot more popular in the last few months or years. Because like I'll go to Hy-Vee, and in their like health section they have like an entire row of that stuff, and there's like a ton of different flavors and all that stuff. So yeah,
cool. So yeah, companies, they suck. Well, they don't suck, but like
some do, but
do, but. Just know if you can boycott and you can pronounce that I'm gonna boycott this company and all this stuff, and it's like, okay, cool, like
go for it,
do it.
I want to see it.
Starbucks got one yesterday, a boycott.
What was theirs for? I haven't paid attention to Starbucks.
I don't know the full details, so I'm sorry if I'm wrong in this, but I just heard that this specific Starbucks turned away 5 officers who were known in the area to be a little bit more on the racial profile side of things. Right. And so they turned them away. They refused to serve in business. And so all these extreme, and I am not saying if you're like Blue Lives Matter or whatever matters, like however view away, like point of view you come from, like these people, they were like extreme, like Blue Lives Matter, were like, I'm going to boycott Starbucks because they're not, serving to our officers and whatnot. And like, I'm on that line where I'm like, yeah, officers are good, but like you can't say that every single officer is going to be, 100% with the law. Right. And that's where I like, there are faults to anybody. Yeah. And I don't know. Go on.
No, yeah. I was just like, that's, if you want to expand even more, it's like with just every individual, you can't say like this group is good or bad. It's like within it, there's always. The thing with police though, is that because they have authority and they have like their actions matter a lot more than the average person's. Yep. Because they're people that can injure or kill people based off their belief,
and they can do it.
Yeah, exactly, and they get away with it. Exactly. Like that's a people's problem. It's one thing if someone shoots like a non-white person in the street, and then they get like terminated. They get sent to prison. All that's like that's one thing. But what's the more realistic outcome because of what we've seen happen in the last few years is like they do that and then they just get sent home without pay.
Yeah. Or they get a desk job.
Yeah.
They get just a slight demotion.
Yeah. Or they get transferred to another city and like their record is essentially wiped clean more or less.
I've had many good experiences with officers in general. I haven't had like got arrested by any means, but like if I've been at like a certain event or something and I need to talk to an officer, I've been pulled over like once or twice. Yeah. And the last time I got pulled over was in college. And I got pulled over because it was late at night, and I accidentally went past like one of those flashing red lights things, and I didn't realize that it was red. I thought it was yellow, and so he pulled me over. Long story short, he was like the coolest dude ever, and we talked about comic books, which was the weirdest thing ever. And he let me go. He didn't give me a ticket or anything. Yeah. And I'm not saying like every officer is a bad situation kind of thing, but with like the evidence of like or not evidence, but like evidence from people with their phones and whatnot and recording. We've seen that like there's been some rotten eggs within those
and officers. It's one of those like unfortunate things, well, fortunate and unfortunate things where it's the bad ones that are making the
Everyone
noise.
Else. Exactly.
Yeah, it's like they're the ones that we see the videos of. We don't see videos
we
like
don't see the good cops.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like the situation you're describing. It's someone who gets pulled over. If they video it and the cop's cool, they don't upload that to anywhere.
Exactly.
It's like okay, yeah, that I didn't get a ticket, or I did get a ticket, but I was speeding. It's like nothing comes from that. It's when the gun is pulled, or someone's yelling at someone, or they break someone's leg from shoving them out of the way. It's stuff like that. Yeah. It's like those are the ones that we see, which is why like there's this stigma against police. Not saying they do or don't deserve it either way. I'm not saying one side is right or wrong. It's
exactly.
Like, it's a very.
What I'm trying to say is try to be open-minded about things and don't get all up in arms when someone is like saying, hey, not all cops are good, or like not all cops are like 100% perfect or like going by the laws. So when people say that, like, well, you don't like cops, you don't think blue lives matter, like that's not the point, dummy.
Yeah.
like,
and we're also not defending the bad ones by saying that there are good ones, because like it's like oh, not all Nazis were bad.
Exactly.
Like that's not what we're saying. It's like we're saying it's like,
I feel like
if you see a police officer, it's like immediately saying it's like that person should be in prison. It's like no, it's like they're just doing their job. Mm-hmm. Now, once they do their job poorly, yes, then persecute them as need be.
Like if I were to say, for example, if I were to do something really bad at my job, I get fired.
Yeah,
I don't get demoted. I don't get put over to a different position.
You don't get sent home without pay.
I don't get a slap on a wrist. There's a difference between shooting and killing someone and me like having a bad report or something, getting an audit.
A little bit.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So back to the point of Starbucks, they refused service to these officers who have been known for doing the thing. So of course people on Twitter were at it, but like mostly what I saw people like saying, why are people getting upset about this? So, like, who cares? You're gonna go to Starbucks in a week anyway, so you can boycott Starbucks all you want. It's one of those big companies where it's just like, good luck. Like, and that's where I think again boycotting is kind of pointless.
Yeah, unfortunately it is, because like it's good to make your voice heard when it counts, because like if enough people did do that, then the not necessarily just Starbucks, just in general, the company would then have to step in and say, okay, we're going to change our policy on XYZ.
Exactly.
Because we've seen enough people get angry about this or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, you do kind of have to pick and choose your battles, because if you boycott every single company for stuff that you don't like, but that doesn't actually matter.
Yep.
It's like, then that's when it's not going to really get you anywhere, because 2 weeks from now you're going to be like, I want a frappuccino or something.
Yeah,
I'm going to go Starbucks.
We're going to go. You're going to go Starbucks and get a Dunkin' all you want. Yeah. But you're still feeding into the system. So.
Yeah. And where do you know where that Starbucks happened? Like what city or state even?
It was... I could look it up.
No, it's not that big.
It's somewhere.
Yeah. Because I know a lot of franchises like Starbucks and stuff like that. Things will happen at a specific store, and then people will say, this company is bad. It's like, maybe that could be true. But what also could be true is this one specific employee at that one specific location had some bias against whatever it was. You know, like...
And I don't know what happened to the employee, if anything was done to them, like they're fired or anything. But then again...
Yeah, I don't know. Because, I mean...
I think they have policies, what you can do, what you can't do.
Yeah, because most companies do have, like, a thing saying, like, we reserve the right to serve or not serve anyone we choose.
Yeah.
As long as, it's not based on, like, race or gender or anything like that. And so... This is always a tricky one. This happened, I don't know, I think it was last year, or maybe, I don't know, it happened in the past, but recently. There was a company, I don't even remember what country it's in, there was a company that makes wedding cakes, and then a gay couple went to get their cake done.
I think this is where, go ahead.
Yeah, so, and then the company refused based on their religious practices, saying, like, we don't agree with, homosexuality or marriage in that sense, so we're not going to make you your cake. It's like, unfortunately, both, like, there's a point on both sides.
And that's, I think, I thought about that yesterday, and I think that's what I was going to get to this point, where it's like, this woman was it last year or 2 years ago?
I want to say it was last year, but
okay.
Yeah.
She was, like, praised and, like, glorified by certain
groups
and networks, like, oh, she's such a hero, and this and that. And granted, yes, if she has every right to... That's a tricky thing.
No,
but
that's exactly what I'm getting at. Is like, most sensible people would say, no, that's wrong. It's like you can't not serve someone based on their sexuality or gender or race or anything like that, whether they're in control or out of, or it's, out of their own control, whatever it is, you can't do that. But at the same time, it's like, if this is in America, and I don't remember if it was or not, it's like companies do have that right to not serve people.
Exactly.
It's like, so
that's why I'm saying
it sucks.
Yeah.
But they have that right to do it.
Exactly. And it's probably where Starbucks is coming off of. So if you want to glorify, wedding cake lady, then you should glorify Starbucks. You can't get upset about that.
Yeah.
You can't, and that's what I'm saying. A lot of people have double standards, and that's fine. You can have those double standards, but just know that you're kind of a hypocrite.
No, I find, and I don't know how religious you are, but I find a lot of religious people are very double sided. And
that's another talk. And I think we'll agree on a lot of that.
Probably. But
Yeah.
At the same time, that's where a lot of this stuff is coming from. Like with the gay cake lady, it's like that came from her religious standpoint.
Yeah.
Which I personally don't agree with, but that's her thing.
The
police officer, that's not religious. That's great. Well, hopefully it's not.
Yeah, all right.
But there's definitely a lot of religious and the abortion laws thing, that stems basically from religion.
Yep.
Because you can say it's an ethical thing, but that ethical standpoint generally comes from Catholic or Catholicism, Christianity, and whichever your religion is.
And I feel like religion in a lot of ways they get a leeway when it comes to just laws in general, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I feel like
in a sense,
well, if you're religions and all this stuff, you get a tax break, and the churches don't have to pay taxes, to my understanding.
Church of Satan, they just got religious standing, so they don't have to pay taxes anymore.
There you go.
Yeah. I just read that 2 days ago.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
We won't go into religion too much. So
next week.
That's just, those are the topics of that. I'm going to leeway or make a segue into another topic.
Okay.
So today, I was watching the World Cup.
Okay.
The ladies won, so US.
Nice.
So, it was kind of cool. With that, I don't know how accurate this is, but one of the ladies, I cannot remember her name. I can picture her, but she's one of the main oldest soccer players. What was that?
That was my throat. I don't know what that was.
She said something about Trump. Hey, I don't want to go to the White House if we win. This was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
and Trump was like, well, you got to win first. Blah, 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 blah. This is my Trump voice.
Yeah. That's probably his inner voice too.
Yeah, but they won, and it was pretty cool. And I don't know if they're going to go to the White House. I know she won't.
I doubt it, yeah.
And he's like, well, you got to win first, and blah, blah, blah. And everyone on Twitter is congratulating them, except for, Mr. Donald.
Yep.
But
and
we'll see
his
how that
people.
works. But when they showed it, they had a trailer for Mulan.
So they're Mulan movie?
They're making a live action Mulan.
They had a trailer already?
Yep.
I didn't even hear about that.
Spring of next year.
Huh.
Yeah.
Anyone we know?
Nope.
Oh, just random people?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm not excited for it, though. That's my point.
Who's the dragon? Who's Mushu?
There's no Mushu.
What?
There's no music.
Oh. That changes it then.
There's no music and there's no Mushu. There's no Huns.
What the hell is it about then? So is it just the Mulan character and then new story?
Yeah. So they try to make it look like an action film.
Okay.
I
can probably deal with that.
My point is, I'm not excited for it because I'm not the biggest fan of Mulan. I know all the Disney shills can come at me, but I don't really care for it that much. They had a really, really good song and they had Mushu. So you take away a really good song and Mushu, you lose my interest. And you can be different, and that's where I'm getting at. Where people are getting upset about Little Mermaid not being white or redhead, which granted she could be redhead. You don't know. But they're not going that route, and I'm like, who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Let it be different. Whereas on the other side, Mulan's gonna be different, and I'm like, I kind of care. But at the same point, it doesn't spark my interest. But I'm not gonna throw a hissy fit about it and get upset about it and say,
Asians.
I hate it. Exactly. It looks cool on that side of things.
Yeah.
But that's where I'm saying I'm a little torn between the two. Where I'm like, I want it to be different, but at the same time, I want it to be something take the good things from it.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily have to be an identical remake. Mm-hmm. That's what Lion King's probably going to be.
Yeah.
But it just, to me, it doesn't spark my interest. And I think I've said this 1,000 times, but I don't want them to keep making remakes.
Yeah.
I want originality. But
they're gonna burn through these for the next 3 or 4 years, and
they're
then
gonna redo all their hits from the 90s. So it looks okay.
If it has some solid action, I'll be fine with like if they get like John Wick style action or something in there.
It looks similar.
Or the Matrix.
Will I see it? I probably will. I'll probably go see it at some point. I don't know if I'll be there opening night. I won't, because I went opening night for Aladdin, and that fooled me.
Yeah. I think I'll go see Lion King in theaters probably.
Oh, definitely. Lion King's one I'm like, that looks really good, because I like Jon Favreau a lot.
Yeah.
I think whatever he does or is in, then sign me up.
Yeah, plus the Lion King, like the original has great music, and I'm assuming that's going to be in the new one, but just revamped.
Yep.
So I'll be going for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as all the other Disney remakes, I don't think I've seen a single one in theaters. Like I'll Redbox them when they got, like I did. I think Jungle Book was on Netflix. I watched it there.
Jungle Book was really good.
Yeah, it was. And then there was one other one I watched. I don't remember what it was, but it was like okay at best.
I think Jungle Book's my favorite that they've come out with. I think Cinderella's really good actually too.
I don't think I saw that.
I saw it like not too long ago, maybe like a year and a half ago, because I got it for Talia for Christmas because she really liked it. So I watched it and I was like, that was actually really good. It wasn't bad. It was something. It felt original, but like it felt like the original. Like it felt like Cinderella, but I don't know if is that like another taken tale, like a grim tale or something like that that Disney just took.
It is, yeah.
Okay,
but
I know Snow White was. Or
oh wait, I think. Oh yeah, no, I don't know because I thought Cinderella was, but when you just said Snow White, that may have been what I was thinking of.
Yeah. Which, don't quote me. I don't know that. There's like a certain part of Disney like films that I'm okay with.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't need them. I don't care. Like Peter Pan's one. I'm like,
They did live action. If they do another live action of that, people are gonna get pissed because Robin Williams was in the live action.
Hook. Well, they did a live action one. It wasn't Disney, but I think it was one with like Hugh Jackman.
Oh really?
Yeah. Peter. I look this up.
Was he weird. Peter Pan?
No, he was Hook.
Oh okay.
And it's someone else. And then they did like a live action or like a stage show on like Fox or something like that of Peter Pan, I think.
I think I remember that.
Anyway, the point is, I don't like Peter Pan.
Yeah, no, Peter Pan's
it's not my cup of tea.
Those like really old ones like Peter Pan, Dumbo, and all like that era. Yeah. It's like I never cared for those.
Like some of them, is it Fox and the Hound? I just like that one a lot.
Yeah.
There's some of them. Like 101 Dalmatians is pretty good.
That's good. Robin Hood with the fox. That's good.
That's a good one. And then the Rescuers. That was like that time era.
Those are the mice things, right?
Yeah.
The rebels, whatever they were.
I like that one. That one's a good one.
Yeah.
But I think like the sweet spot at Disney is like the 90s, early 2000s.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because whenever you ask like a person over the age of 20, like what their favorite Disney movie is, chances are they're gonna like run through all those 90 movies in their head.
From like 91 to like 2004. That time.
Yeah.
It's like what do you got? Yeah, Little Mermaid.
Yeah, Hercules.
You got Lion King. You got. I mean, that's it. Aladdin.
yeah.
Aladdin was a banger. Emperor's New Groove is an underrated film, and
that one's great. Emperor's New Groove. I always forget that's a Disney movie.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it.
No, it's totally out of nowhere.
Yeah, and it's original and it's great.
Yeah,
it's very underrated in my opinion.
Almost original, but yeah.
To an extent.
Yeah, it takes it from the Emperor's New Clothes.
Yeah.
But they don't have a llama in that, so there you go.
Kronk is great. Yzma's wonderly. Everybody in that movie. I want to watch that now.
Yeah.
It's Talia's favorite Disney film.
Yeah, definitely up there.
I love it. But where was I going with this?
I don't know, honestly.
Disney.
Oh, Mulan and remakes and stuff.
Stop it. Just stop. Like, make your original stuff. Like, all the animation stuff's different, I guess. What was the last good live action Disney film? They don't make
original or
original because they tried. Well, it wasn't original, but they tried doing what was that one with Oprah and Chris Pine?
Not Once Upon a Time. Wrinkle in Time. Yeah,
that was poopy. Apparently, I didn't watch it.
I didn't either, but I heard the same thing. It was a swing and a miss.
Yeah, which is too bad because I like the director because she's going to be doing a DC film. But
what Disney needs to do, they need to have like an open-ended contest and say we're going to give write-in scripts or at least ideas, send them in, and whatever movie we pick is getting a $250 million budget.
Yep,
it's like work with that. And then just see what comes out of it. Just pick a winner and say, like, we'll publish it under the Disney name. You'll get writer's credit, and just see what happens.
They should.
They'll get an original from there.
They are, and it's nothing against them because it works because they make money off it. But like they're in that prime time of just like let's just do remakes and call it good.
Yep.
Whereas like Pixar's different. Pixar's doing their own. Like they'll do like sequels here and there, but like they're at least coming out with good stuff.
Yeah.
Like and Coco is one of my favorite films.
Yeah.
Ever made by Pixar. Granted, the Toy Story 4. Oh yeah, we haven't talked about Toy Story 4. Have you seen that?
I've not.
I loved it.
I've heard it's good.
Great.
Is it? Does it give an ending?
Yes.
Or, okay.
It ends it because like 3. I was like 3 is the best way you end this.
Yeah, exactly.
But then I saw 4 and I was like, okay, I'd like this a little bit more.
Yeah,
I think it's a good bookend to everything.
Kind of weird.
Just quick thoughts about it.
Yeah.
Jordan Peele and Michael Keel? What is his name?
Michael Keegan Key. Yeah.
Keegan? Him. Both of them are fantastic. Their characters are the best part. It's really funny, which is surprising for a Toy Story movie. It's gorgeous. It is like beautifully animated.
Yeah.
But it has a good ending. I loved it. They went into a lot of things that you didn't really talk about before. But yeah, Bunny and Ducky are the best parts.
And those are
and Keanu Reeves.
Who's he?
He is Duke Hazard. Duke.
He's like an army guy or something.
He's like a stuntman. He's from Canada, which is funny because Keanu Reeves is from Canada.
Yeah.
But he's like this Canadian toy, and he's awesome too. Everybody in the movie does great. A lot of like the other like Rex and Mr. Potato Head and all of them, Slinky, they're kind of like there, but they don't have a lot to do in the movie because the guy who did Mr. Potato Head's voice, I believe, died not too long ago.
Yeah, it was either right before or right after Toy Story 3, I think.
Yeah.
Was released.
But just quick thought. Those are my quick thoughts. 9 out of 10. I like that a lot.
Yeah,
might be one of my favorites.
I'll definitely be seeing it once it comes out. I'm not a theater guy for that kind of movie.
It's hard because like I put 3 was my favorite, and now like, it's competing with 4. I have to see 4 again, but like 3 and 4 are up there, and then 2, and then 1.
Okay.
So
yeah, one. I think it's too old.
It doesn't age well.
No, yeah.
There's some shots I'm like, ugh.
Yeah,
but
and
it's like 21, 22 years old.
It came out in 99. Oh, 99? I thought it was earlier than that.
It was my 96.
That was like 96. It very well might be 99, yeah.
But go on, yes.
But yeah, either way, that's so our age group is like perfect for Toy Story because we grew up like with Andy. So like when he was a kid, we were that age, with those toys or whatever. And then when the third one came out, he was going to college at the same time we were all going to college.
It was weird.
Yeah, it was just really, it's like, wow, you kind of had to follow that exactly. You kind of had to be born, within those 3 years or so.
95.
95?
95,
okay.
yeah.
So, yeah, definitely earlier. And it's, 24 years old now at this point. So it's old.
Which almost as old as us.
Yeah, and it's weird to think about how, even though it doesn't really hold up, how it holds up compared to other movies at that time
definitely.
with CG. You know, it's like Jurassic Park or something. It's like Jurassic Park still holds up, but there's still those shots here and there where it's like,
But Jurassic Park looks better than a lot of movies now.
Oh yeah,
which is
like
sad.
Any of the like Sharknado movies or any of the there's a new one coming out called I think Crawl or something along those. It's about alligators.
I keep seeing that. Ad
it's like those.
Feed.
Any movies like that, it's like those. They just gave the job to CGI it to just some random art house, and they're like, hey. We need sharks, we need alligators, we need a lot of blood, go for it.
And a tornado.
Yeah. So just mix them all together.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Mulan. It looks all right. I'll probably go see it. And the Toy Story was really good. What?
I forgot we were talking about Mulan.
Yeah. So but Disney's Disney. This month also is D23. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's
sounds familiar, but
it's a Disney convention. It's where they announce all like the parks, movies, TV shows, merchandise, blah blah blah.
Are they going to give names to the Avengers or the Marvel movies that they announced the dates for?
They're going to be there next, and then a week after that is San Diego Comic-Con, and Marvel has like an hour and a half, 2-hour panel. So we're going to get everything for that.
Yeah.
So we'll kind of another segue. We'll go into the newest movie of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is Spider-Man. Far From Home.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I like that. Are we going to do spoilers?
Yeah. Okay. Screw it. Yeah. Well, first off, we'll initial thoughts, and then we'll go spoilers.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we'll warn you before spoilers come in. Initial thoughts. I thought it was good. I liked it better than Homecoming.
Yeah.
It's definitely kind of still in the realm of Avengers and Marvel and all that. So it didn't stray too far away from that. I think it's pretty solid. There's a lot going on in it that you kind of have to pay attention to, and that will definitely lead into future movies.
Yep. I loved it. I Have been recently watching videos about the old Raimi trilogy, so 1, 2, and 3.
I just watched Spider-Man 2 yesterday
Really?
before going to the movie.
I have the download for it, so I bought a pop for Mysterio, and it comes with like for an extra couple bucks, you can get 2 digital downloads, and they have all the movies on there. So I don't have Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3 on like Blu-ray.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna download them on that. So came with that. But I've been watching videos about the trilogy and how they don't really hold up as much, especially 1. 1 doesn't. It's a lot of like the visuals and like how corny it is, which is, I still think they're great. Don't get me wrong. They're better than 3. They're better than the Amazing Spider-Man 2, which is steaming garbage.
The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is definitely at the bottom. Amazing Spider-Man 1, it's okay. It's passable.
It's okay.
But definitely not better than the other ones.
It's competing, 2 and Far From Home are competing for the best live action. Spider-Verse tops them all.
Yeah.
Don't even come close to that. Because that's just that's a work of art, a piece of greatness, and something I could watch any day because I freaking love that.
That's
movie.
the one I do have a digital download for. So every once in a while, like I'll just get on my phone and be like,
it's on Netflix now.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Nice.
But I own it because I'm like, gotta have it.
Yeah.
But those are my initial thoughts before we go into spoilers, because I'll go into spoilers about what I fucking love.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen it and you don't want to be spoiled,
go see the movie. Seriously.
Yeah.
How
spend the $12 or whatever and
go
see it. Otherwise, get out now. We'll see you next week.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Mysterio. Holy shit. First off, I want to talk about why I like this. Hello.
Not bad.
Why I like this a little bit more than 2 is because I think Mysterio, they got so damn right. I knew in the marketing material he was like, "Oh, I'm a good guy," blah blah blah. I'm like, bullshit. He's gonna be the villain. We all know it.
Yeah.
Or at least people who know who
anyone that's paid
Glenn
attention
is
to Spider-Man the last 30 years. Yeah.
Exactly. So, that whole Mysterio like vision thing that he was doing with Peter when he thought he was with Nick Fury.
Oh, like the Doctor Strange trippy thing?
I love that shit.
Yeah, that was crazy.
My god, that's something I didn't think I would see, because I read the comics. I'm not like one of those, I read the comics, but like I actually back in college and in high school I would weekly go and get Spider-Man comics, Batman comics, and Walking Dead.
Okay.
Which one of those things is really bad right now. Walking Dead, which just ended. Spoilers. But I used to read all of my Amazing Spider-Man stuff, and they would do like a bunch of like Mysterio stuff during this run, and it was so cool because I'm like, I wish that they would do that in the movies. I wish that they would do like the whole like vision crap and all like the weird trippy shit, and then they did it, and I loved it, and I'm glad like they didn't spoil any of that in the marketing material, because granted, I'm glad they didn't do it like spoil anything, because part of me was like, I wonder if all the elementals are fake. And I was like, there's no way that's Molten Man and Hydra Man and all that stuff. And then he was like, oh, they're fake, which is like, called that.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? I can gush on about this movie for a while. But.
Yeah. I was surprised at what they didn't give away in the marketing, because leading up to it, I did think that they spoiled some stuff, but the stuff they spoiled was not like movie killer, like how MJ finds out. Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Yeah. It's like they probably shouldn't have given that away in the trailer. Yeah. But after seeing it, it's like it didn't really matter in the end. Yeah. Because he was gonna save her anyway, spoiler. She didn't die.
Yeah, she's still good.
Yeah, but yeah, I did like how they did Mysterio. I thought he was really cool, and how like right off the bat he was just there. Like they didn't have to do any like stupid intro or anything for him, because he kind of did that himself when he was explaining things.
It literally was in the first shot of him. Like
he flies down. He's like, you don't want any part of that, and he like blasts it. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like his triangle thingy that came out of his hands, and how he was blasting, that was a cool visual.
I didn't. One thing I was like surprised about was how they did all like the fake stuff, like all the projections and whatnot.
Oh, the drones and that.
Yeah, that it was like Tony's stuff. I thought that was really cool, and how they connected like the guy that got yelled at from what's his name in the first Iron Man.
Stain.
Yeah, such a cool name. I always forget it though.
Yeah. That was the only part of the movie that kind of pulled me out, was the explanation process, just because they
felt forced.
Well, yeah, in a sense, yeah, because he was like, and this guy, whatever his name was, how he got yelled at, and then they just cut back to Iron Man 1, and then like the close up of the black and white, and it felt like a murder mystery thing. I'm like, could have done without this.
It was like info dump. It was like information or like quest. I don't know what it was just a dump of knowledge.
It was very just in your face, like this is what's happening. This is why. These are these people.
Pace, which I thought the pace was so good. It was like quick.
Yeah.
It didn't get boring.
Yeah.
Like, they had slow moments, but it had beats. And they had good beats to it, so.
Yeah, I never felt that urge of, like, get going. Come on,
exactly.
Let's go this. But
so, I liked all that. I liked MJ in this a little bit more. Homecoming, she wasn't, like, really fleshed out as much.
I don't think most people realized she was MJ until the end.
The very end. Yeah, which I was okay with. But a lot of people, again, people are having a hissy fit because she's not white, redhead.
Oh, yeah.
Mary Jane.
Couldn't care about that.
Who cares?
Kirsten Dunst was garbage. I didn't like her.
Oh, she's the worst. Yeah. Her, and I actually don't like Tobey Maguire anymore after watching the Spider-Man films.
Oh, really?
Not as much. I know how much of an asshole he is.
Yeah, I get that. I was just having this conversation about who is the best Peter Parker, who's the best Spider-Man, who's best blah, blah, blah. It's like, I think Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, I like his Spider-Man the best. But I like Tom Holland's Peter Parker the best. Tobey Maguire was too old. And he was too timid. He was too like, oh, yeah. At least Tom Holland's is like, he's nerdy.
More quippy. And he's a nerd.
And he's more of a kid, you know?
Yeah. I think Tom Holland's the best Spider-Man.
I think overall, yes, I do agree with that. The reason I like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, like once he's in costume a little more, he's just beefier. He's bulked up. Yeah. He's he's bulkier than Tom Holland.
This is a young, like early stage Spider-Man, which I really like because you know how many movies they're gonna pump out.
I do. I
like,
read that
I'm excited, but at the same time, I'm like, it's gonna be a little much.
I read that, and this could be rumors. They have 9 movies playing for him. I'm like, that solo movies. I'm like, that's too much.
They won't go that much.
No, like have him in 9 Marvel movies. Sure.
Definitely.
Same with Captain Marvel. It's like the same boat. It's like have her in movies. That's fine.
Yeah.
But having 9 Spider-Man movies is like, you can only go so far before people get burnt out by Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Especially at the end of this one now. I'm assuming you stayed for the end credit or the mid credit.
Oh yeah.
The important one.
Let's talk about that. They revealed that, which I'm intrigued to see where they're going to go with it. Because at first I was like, I don't like it. But I'm like, I kind of like it.
Which one are you talking about?
Peter Parker.
How
Mysterio at the end, or mid credits, he reveals that Peter is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And then they had J. Jonah Jameson, which was really
cool.
That
was great. I love that.
That got spoiled for me.
Oh, did it?
Because he was at the premiere, and then someone tweeted, he's like, oh, why is he there?
Oh,
wink, wink, wink. And I'm like, fuck. But like, I'm glad I didn't know the context of it, because I didn't see that, oh, they're not going to reveal that it's Peter. And then they revealed it was Peter. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, and that was like a roller coaster on its own because
so cool.
So first, he and MJ are finally happy. Yeah. Spider-Man's back in New York. Everyone's taking pictures, cheering for him, whatever. He's on the light pole, and then the Beck movie or video shows up, and then it makes it look like Spider-Man shoots everyone. And he's looking around, and I thght it was going to stop there, and everyone was just like going to start taking pictures of him, and like police were going to start like pointing their guns, and that's where it was going to cut. But then they continued, and they're like, "Oh yeah, Spider-Man's real name is Pete," and then it cuts out. I'm like, "Oh." Cause Megan, Peter Parker. I'm like, no. And then
and then he like freaked out, and that's a great. I thought it was a great. So Iron Man 1 ends with Tony saying, "I'm Iron Man," and then this movie finishes the Infinity Saga, and then Peter his identity is like revealed. So I'm like, that's kind of like a great bookend to it.
Yeah,
I like it. How they're gonna go with where they're gonna go with it is awesome. I just loved it. I thought it was a good movie. It was a good, like, heartwarming, like, good, like, it was a good, like, again, bookend, but it's kind of like projecting where it's going to go now.
Right.
Like, Peter is his own identity. Like, he's not, like, trying to be in, like, Tony's shadow, which I like how they're going with that. Granted, at the same time, I'm like, I kind of want to disconnect that shit. I want Peter to be his own thing, which, in the end, that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
But I don't want him to have to be like, I'm the next Iron Man.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of glad they went out like saying, you don't have to be Iron Man, just be Peter Parker.
Right.
Spider-Man.
But now you have to be Iron Man because everyone knows.
Everyone knows who you are. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting with whatever his next movie is, whether they use that movie to have everyone hate Peter Parker because they think he shot everyone, or if everyone's going to realize this was fake and then they just kind of focus more on him being out in the open. The only thing I don't like about that is that, like, out of all like the superheroes, Spider-Man's kind of the one that relies on secret identity. Yeah. So it's like they just completely threw that out the window now.
Definitely. And I'm like, how is he going to like do high school and college? It was like, I like those components of like Peter juggling his identity and his real life and being a superhero. I like that concept, but granted, we've seen it in like 5 other films, and I trust them wherever they're going. I'm like, Hope it's good, because I can see it one way over like everyone knows who he is, and then so he has to deal with that and like go against the city, like Most Wanted kind of style. Or like the whole next movie is him trying to defend himself and like trying to avoid the fact that he's not Peter Parker, or Peter Parker and Spider-Man are not the same person.
Yeah,
but I don't necessarily think they can go that route. You know what I mean? I feel like they're gonna go heavily towards everyone's gonna know who he is and yada yada yada, which is okay, because like I felt, I was gonna say I felt weird about MJ knowing, but at the same time in the comics, a lot of times she knows who he is, so it's all right.
That's pretty common. So I figured that was gonna happen eventually,
But I love the action scenes. I love how it is like a high school rom-com throughout majority of it. It's like a weird
thrown in there.
Yeah, it's like a good weird mix of all the things. That's what I like about it. It's like they get Peter Parker right, and the aspect of who he is, and like Spider-Man, and how he's like becoming more of like what we know as Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Like he's still at the early stages, and I like that concept and watching that. I like the Peter Tingle stuff, even though they call it spider senses or whatever.
About that, they should have set that up a little more than they did.
Yeah, they only talked about it once, and at the very end,
it was
talk about it at all.
It was like the banana thing.
Someone else brought that up too. Yeah, I agree with that.
So it's like they should have established that he didn't have his spider sense, his Peter Tingle early on, and that would have made the ending a little more impactful.
Yeah,
because all he did, like he just told Happy, he's like, it's not really working. It's like, oh. Didn't know that.
Exactly. Then I also love the Happy stuff. Happy and Peter's relationship. Granted,
he was a lot nicer in this than he's ever been in the past.
Tony passed.
No, I get that.
I thought about that too. I'm like, he was so mean to him in Homecoming, and then this one he's a lot nicer because multiple things. First off, he's like Tony's gone, so
he's Happy's is kind of his mentor now.
Yeah,
in a way,
and I like that. He's kind of like, Tony and Happy kind of play like the Uncle Ben mentor. Yeah, like ideology, like or whatever. Which I'm kind of glad they don't talk about Uncle Ben that much. Like it's kind of like you've seen it. It is what it is.
That's what I did like about Homecoming is that it happened after Civil War, so we didn't have to establish what Spider-Man was.
Exactly, and I'm okay with that.
There was like a throwaway line in there when he was talking to Ned. He's like, "You got bit by a spider?" He's like, "Did you do you lay eggs or something like that?" And he's like, "Stop talking about it." And then they just moved on from there.
And same with the Uncle Ben thing where he's talking to Ned. Ned's like, "Why don't you just tell everybody?" And he's like, "Well, Aunt May can't find out because she's been through so much." Yeah. Wink, wink, nod, nod.
And now she knows. That was the other thing. Aunt May, I felt, was way too okay with him being Spider-Man.
Yeah, she was like, okay.
Yeah, she like made a comment about him dodging bullets. I'm like, no one would be okay with their kid dodging bullets. It's
they kind of, again, that was a weird twist, but I liked her and Happy's dynamic. Yeah. And at the end, how they're like, well, we're not really dating. Yeah. Like, that's so funny.
Happy's like, well, we're going to see where it's at. And she's like, it's a summer fling.
Yeah. Which I like the whole Ned stuff with his girlfriend kind of a thing. Everything in that movie was great. I like all the characters in it, including the teachers. The teachers are funny.
The teacher. I like the teachers. Because the one guy, I don't remember his name, but he's in Silicon Valley and all that. He's great.
Oh, yeah.
He's funny, yeah.
Yeah. But I liked it a lot. I think Jake Gyllenhaal killed it. He's not dead.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
He's there's no way, because I feel like at some point they're going to set up a Sinister Six movie, because Vulture is still alive. Yeah. Michael Keaton's character. The other guy who's also in prison with him, I believe he's Scorpion, because he's a Scorpion tattoo.
Yep, I do remember that. That was at the end credits.
There's two of them, and then of course Mysterio. And then so there's three.
Doc Ock.
Yeah, I wonder who they're going to do next. I'm intrigued. I feel like they can do like a Kraven the Hunter, because I feel like they're going to go again with a different villain, because they've kind of done that 2 times in a row. But we could get like a Green Goblin, or establish a Harry in this universe.
I don't know if they do Goblin, just because the last 2 series both did Goblin.
True.
And I feel like they might in the future, but I don't think it'll be the next one, because
I think Norman's going to be a presence sometime.
Yeah, he'll probably be there somewhere in some fashion.
Also, whoever bought the Avengers Tower, which they still haven't talked about. They talked about it in Homecoming.
They didn't mention that.
That's either going to be an Osborn Tower, or it's going to be the Fantastic Four Baxter Tower.
If it's because I remember when the trailers for Far From Home came out, everyone was saying it was Oscorp. Yeah. But if they turned into Baxter Tower, that'd be perfect.
Apparently, there is a sign in the back. I'm going to go see it on Tuesday, because we're going to go see it with Talia's coworkers. Okay. But there's a sign next to the building that says, coming soon, something's coming soon, and then it says 1, ... 2, ... 3, and then they ... So a lot of people are like, oh, it's like 4, like Fantastic Four, like they're hinting at the Fantastic Four. Something weird like that. I don't know. I'm excited to see the Fantastic Four, because I feel like they're gonna be integrated sooner than later.
Oh yeah, no, because I was saying, with all the new acquisitions, I want Fantastic Four to be one of the first ones to come out, just because like there's so much they can do with that afterward. Like first of all, Fantastic Four is like great. Like Johnny Storm or Human Torch is like one of the coolest.
It's been represented like garbage. Everything. I don't like the original movies. They're
I'm fine with the first one, like the first Fantastic Four movie.
It's okay
with Chris Evans and all them. Yes. Yeah, well, it's like it also came
early age.
Yeah, I was gonna say it came out in a time when superhero movies were garbage, other than like Batman. And you know, like the older Superman movies, but those characters are really cool. I am curious to see how they would do Mr. Fantastic, just because stretchy hands is not something that really looks believable.
They'll do it right. I have faith in Marvel, and it's Marvel's first family. It's literally the first thing that Marvel created was a Fantastic
because wasn't
Four.
Johnny Storm the first character?
And it's just like, why can't you get them right?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm excited that they had the rights to them. Don't do X-Men. Do X-Men later.
Hold up. Yeah, X-Men's been done for the last 20 years.
Exactly. Like, Fantastic Four is an easy thing to integrate into this world. And you need something new like that within the Avengers. Who do you have for Avengers right now? You have Spider-Man, who's kind of doing his own thing. Thor's off of the Guardians, so he's not even like a part of the picture. You have Captain Marvel.
You have new Captain America, technically.
New Captain America, which is going to be established in that Winter Soldier Falcon show,
so which after seeing Endgame, I'm excited for that show.
Same, me too, because it's going to be Captain America, Falcon, which I'm excited.
It'd be cool.
People are getting hissy about that too.
Why?
It's like, oh, there's a black Captain America.
He was in the comics though. It's like both. Why
aren't people upset about Nick Fury? Nick Fury's originally white, but people didn't know that because they, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was Hasselhoff.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah.
But wasn't in the comics he was rewritten to basically be Samuel L. Jackson? Yep. Yeah. So you can't get mad at that.
The point is there's not a lot established for an Avengers movie, which we will probably won't see an Avengers movie for 5 years.
Hope not.
I'm okay with that.
I want some time.
Yep. Give me a Doctor Strange 2. Make it good.
I'm
I don't really care for the Doctor Strange 1. It's all right.
Doctor Strange, I think, is one of the coolest characters.
He's interesting.
Yeah. Even though his movie was all right, he definitely redeemed himself in Infinity War.
In Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah. It's like,
granted, Infinity War, he had more time, but my point is, it's just give me that stuff. And honestly, they're going to announce everything. Hopefully. They're going to announce some stuff at upcoming San Diego Comic-Con, which they're filming Black Widow right now, which is 110% a prequel, which I'm like,
oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's too late. It's a little too late.
If it's in theaters, I'll probably
go see it.
Not,
but
I was going to say, I'm probably not going to go see it.
All right. I'll probably see it just to see how it connects. Granted, like everyone else, see how it connects to the world, because they'll have some connections, stupid ass connections.
It totally depends on.
But it's 5 years too late, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, yeah, because it's definitely going to be a prequel. I guess for me, it depends on what type of prequel it is. Like, is it going to be her origins, like how she was adopted or stolen, whatever her backstory is, and then integrated, and then some of her missions, or is it going to be in that time frame between like Civil War and Infinity War, or it totally depends on what it is.
Yeah. So, but back to Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I loved it. I'm going to see it again, so I have a firm grasp of a grasp of like where it lines up. It right now, I would say Spider-Verse, Far From Home, and then Spider-Man 2, but it switches. I'll see it again. I have to watch both again. But right now, that's what it is. And then Spider-Man, and then Spider-Man 3, Amazing Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, Amazing Spider-Man 2 at the bottom.
Where's Homecoming? You didn't mention that.
Oh, Homecoming. Ooh, I would say, okay, Spider-Verse, Far From Home, Spider-Man 2, Homecoming.
Okay.
And then Spider-Man 3,
and then
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
I really like Homecoming. It has a lot of good stuff. I think Vulture's really good in that film.
Yeah, I think
he's the best part.
Yeah, I like the Marvel versions of these villains where they're more... They're more real.
Modern.
Yeah.
Modern.
Like they have real tech suits instead of like magic and stuff
and
like that.
Again, I like how it's not like this like unbelievable god character he's fighting. It's like just your everyday average Joe dad who's trying to make ends meet.
Oh, Vulture. Yeah.
And Mysterio, some tech guy who got laid off by... or like kind of like screwed by Tony.
He thinks he was, he thinks his stuff was stolen.
Exactly. So that, I like that aspect of it. It's not end of the world kind of things. It could affect the world, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, which is why I think they'd probably do a better job at Doc Ock than, not that I didn't like the Spider-Man 2 Doc Ock, I just think they'd have a more modern, more twist on it, because like you played the Spider-Man game, you know, like Doc Ock and that is vastly different than the movie version. And it's like that version was cool because he had more of a reason to have the arms, and then you saw why he went crazy.
And it's more of a connection with Peter.
Yeah.
And I think that's where some of the fault comes for Spider-Man 2, is that like his motives are kind of unclear. A lot of the things he does are unclear. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a very brief thing. Like he's making this machine because he wants unlimited energy, and the reason he goes insane is because he has like a inhibitor chip that blows up. That's it. Like
exactly. There's no real. That's not really.
It's not like an actual motivation.
Exactly.
Or anything like that,
and it's mostly just the arms that are taking control. I don't really like that. Like Doc Ock is a completely different character from that. But granted, I think Spider-Man 2 is still really good still.
Oh yeah, no, the train fight scene is probably one of the best actions. Action scenes for superheroes.
But I think Far From Home has a little bit more heart, a little less Kirsten Dunst stupid Mary Jane shit that I don't care about.
Yeah.
And I think MJ in this is much better. So what would you give it grade wise?
I don't know, like 10?
Yeah, we'll say 10.
That's for this. I'd probably say 8.5, just because of the things I mentioned that I didn't really like.
I'm gonna go 9.5.
Okay,
it's not a 10, but it's
up. Yeah,
damn. Spider-Verse is 10 out of 10.
Yeah, Spider-Verse is great.
Like I can't wait for those sequels and spinoffs, and which I'm at this point I'm like, give it to me. I don't care. Overproduce it. It's the other stuff like Morbius and like Venom, Sony Spider-Man stuff that I don't really care about.
Yeah, Venom was surprisingly good, but not something I like was craving.
No, and it's okay.
Yeah. I mean, they definitely did better with Venom than they did in Spider-Man 3. Like, he's actually Venom now.
Yes. I think they got some stuff right. The Eddie and Venom stuff was really good in that film. Everything else, trash.
Yeah.
So hopefully the next one's going to be good, because they made a lot of money, to my knowledge.
Yeah.
Especially in the foreign market.
Yeah.
Weird.
It was
China
interesting.
made a shit ton of money.
Yeah, I don't get why, but hey.
So, what are we doing on time?
We were at an hour.
Okay.
Probably wrap it up.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, it was good. that was a quick hour.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
Went through a lot.
Next week, we'll just kind of see what's going on. I finished Stranger Things, so I might bring that up for a minute.
Yeah, go for it. I don't watch it.
It's really good.
I'm not interested in it.
It's really damn good.
Yeah. So
I like sci-fi. I like sci-fi 80s stuff. A lot of people say it's very like nostalgia driven. I don't think that's really fair, because it has really good writing and characters, but maybe we'll talk about that. We'll talk what else is coming out. I can't think of anything else coming out. We'll talk about video games next week.
Sure.
Because I got
a lot of those.
I got Mario Maker. I'm still playing Fallout. Actually, on Saturday, I played a little bit of Fallout, and I was like, I'm done with this. This game's ass.
Yeah, I just on PlayStation Plus right now or whatever, they have Detroit Become Human on for free.
I might pick that up.
Yeah, I just started that. I am wrapped up into it.
Yeah, I might play with Tali, because she likes she's a backseat driver or backseat gamer of sorts.
Yeah, it's fun. A lot of decisions to make, so it'd be good to see the different outcomes.
Pick that up. I got Mario Maker right now, which I think I said, but I last night I was playing it, and it was like 5 hours later. I was like, oh, I've been playing this for like 5 hours, because Tali was playing Kingdom Hearts and I was playing that. I was like, this is so much fun. So, cool. But yeah, we'll talk about some stuff next week. We got a video coming out, maybe.
Yeah.
Is that about done or?
Oh, that'll be out sometime this week. I don't know which day, but it'll be out.
Yep. This will probably be out later this week, so if not after that. So cool. But yeah, thanks for listening. My name's Justin.
I'm Gavin.
We'll see you next week.